Hello, hello, hello. This is Tom from Tom and Ruth Philippine Adventures. Today, we're going to get right into the video. We're going to talk about coming to the Philippines, limited income and or good income. I had some guys here. I want to go through the list here of the guys that have written me and asked me many questions about this. Also, I'm going to put on Healthy Lifestyle channel a video that's been requested by so many people that are requesting information on insurance. They're traveling, they can't wait to come, and they're finding that all over the internet, all over Google, all over the thing, they're finding that insurances are just not paying the bills and things like that. They want me to cover that, so I will cover that extensively. And as you know, I'm not an agent. I actually used to be an agent years ago, but I'm not an agent anymore. I don't have my license anymore. But outside the United States, there are people that actually can help you with the insurance, but we'll get into what we're talking about here first, and that'll be on Healthy Lifestyle. I'm 35 years old. I'm retiring in 4 months, and wondering if $2,000 a month is okay, and I will be heading back to USA after I meet the lady. And this comes from Steve, and he's asking me, well, $2,000 a month. Yes, $2,000 a month, and you can live fine. The thing of it is, it's like anything else, is common sense tells you what kind of lifestyle you want to lead. If you want to lead, I have a friend that lives in Davao, and he lives a lifestyle. He spends anywhere from $850 to $900 a month going out to eat every day. He eats out every meal. His family of 4, they eat out every meal. They don't cook anything in the house. They're close to the mall. They're close to shopping. They're close to restaurants, and they just go eat the mall every day. They eat fast food every day, morning, noon, and night. In the morning, sometimes he'll have his coffee and maybe something, he said, cereal. But usually lunch and dinner is eaten at the mall. He spends $850 a month. You live that lifestyle, or $900 a month, you're going to go through money really fast. But he's getting an income of about $3,000 a month, and he lives fine. But you can easily, if you're not drinking and smoking it up, you can easily live on $2,000 a month and live quite well. It also depends, if you're living in a BGC, this is not going to be enough money. In other words, costs there are a little bit more expensive. It's out of Manila. It's a really elite place. It's got really beautiful condos. It is its own world in itself. It's westernized. It has all the same comforts you have. You can go downstairs and get a Starbucks, or you work out in the gym, and it's a great place to do. I'll do a video on that place one day. I'd like to go there first and do a video of it. But yes, you can. This is from Steve from California. I was wondering, I will retire there soon. My wife has 4 kids, and I'm on a limited budget. I'm only going to get about $1,100 a month. I do have a savings of $50,000 though. Is that going to be enough to retire and live? Well, $50,000 is not very much money. I suggest if you come into the Philippines, you need at least a lot more than that. If you plan on buying something. If you're planning on just renting something somewhere, if you're living outside the city, you'll live fine with that. Although there's one thing that you have to really think about is insurance. Insurance. If you're in great health and you're in good shape, don't take it for granted, because just because you're in good health and good shape, you're not going to need a doctor one day. A lot of the insurance companies, they say they're paying and doing a good job, but I'll get into that, how I'm getting into that. But what you need to do is this. If you live outside the city, you'll be fine. And I'm not saying live in the city itself. You find that things are probably a little bit on rent, just a little bit more pricey. But you can go outside a little bit. You can get a very nice house and an apartment for $200, $300, $400, $500. It's more like $300, $400, $500 now than what it used to be. And you can find nice places, nice houses. You can rent a nice, beautiful house for $400, $500, $600 here. Although you can rent some beautiful homes still in the States for $500, $600 too. It depends where the location. Location is the key. For example, you live outside Davao. There's some great places that you can live for $400 or $500 a month, and some or have pools accordingly. But you have to really do your due diligence, and the only way to do that is be here and see it and do it. Don't necessarily do it online. So yes, you can live fine here, and it's like anything else. You may have to live like Filipino, and what I mean, you have rice and live like they live. Because if you don't, if you live like Homer, stop eating his shirt. No, he's eating his shirt. My puppy's eating his shirt. Stop. Stop. So he likes eating it. I don't know why, his dog. So that should hopefully should help you. Carl, excuse me, Carl. I'll be retiring. I'm 45 years old. I'll be retiring in December. And I did forget to tell you, the very first guy was 35 years old, and he's retiring. A lot of youngsters, and I'm getting a lot of emails from youngsters retiring at early age. They must have great jobs. But anyway, I'm 45. I'm retiring in December, and I have income from SSDI, $1,600 a month. And I was wondering if you think that would be good. And of course, I have a disability, and you think a girl would be okay with me disability? Of course, any girl, yes, the girls will be fine with any kind of disabilities, and you'll be fine, and you'll find a nice lady here. Now, $1,600 a month, yes, you can live fine here. Like I said, it depends on where you want to live, and if you live like somewhere like Bohol and places like that, or Dumaguete. Dumaguete has a lot of expats, and I understand prices increasing considerably there because people are moving there from all over. Now, Duma was Don Harrington, I don't know if you guys know Don Harrington, was the expat back 20 years ago that said, okay, I'm going to Duma, and he created this world of people coming there. And I talked to him years ago, 10 years ago, 12 years ago, and he was sending people here to the States, coming from the States to Duma. And that was going to be my first choice, but I decided to live here. This comes from a girl, Sarah. I found a Filipino man, and I'm a nurse, and I'm coming to the Philippines. And I am 45 years old. So this American girl, 45 years old, found a Filipino man, and they're going to live in Bohol. Is it safe in Bohol, and can I retire there and live a good life as a nurse? Well, you might get a job. I don't know. Maybe not what you want to do. And I know you're a nurse, depending on where you are in the totem pole on nurse, you make good money. I'm sure you're making good money there. But yes, it is safe in Bohol. There are instances where throughout the Philippines itself, it's like anywhere in the world. It's like no different than the States. What's happening in the States is happening here also. People will tell you it's not happening, but it's happening here also. And the reason why I'm saying this is just because what you see and you're not here does not mean that it's not happening, because you got to remember, most Filipino never leave within 50 miles of their house their whole lifetime. And they're not really in tune, and most don't have TVs. So they're not really in tune what's going on throughout and they do it by Facebook, maybe by word of mouth. Really, they're not in. They're just not in tune what's going on. But yeah, there are areas that are now, targeted by certain things. So you have to be aware. But Bohol is safe, and it's a great place to live. I have many people that I know that live there, and they're living there fine. They're not having any issues to amount to anything. Oh, a few, I think. Pickpockets and things like that, minor things. You're going to have that. Maybe some break-ins of houses. By the way, that seems to be picking up here too. We just had a couple instances, family members, they're trying to break in houses. So it's a group going. They're going from all over. This group came from the Visayas. Hi, I'm Dave. I think it will be there soon. I've been working for 25 years. I'm retiring at 50. My only concern is insurance, and I will have enough income, and I do have $100,000 available in cash for insurance. Is that enough money? I really don't know. If it's a heart condition or something like that, you're going to need 10 times that amount of money. Not really, but you're going to need a lot of money. A friend of mine, Mike Casey, passed, and his bill was about $35,000 for his heart transplant, or his heart condition he had. He didn't have a transplant. He had all things done on his heart, but it was about $30,000, $35,000 plus. Is that enough? I don't know. If you're healthy and the doctor gives you a good bill of health, you possibly be fine. Sometimes people are saying you can fly out and go to Guam, and you can go to Thailand and get really great care. So if it's something that not bedridden, you can actually leave here and go to Thailand and get some of the best care in the world. And same thing in Guam, get some best care in the world, and then fly back here. So that is really a great thing. So yes, I can answer your question. You'll be fine here. So 25 years and you're retiring. That's good. What I thought, I was ahead here. This comes from another guy. In summertime, I'm under a lot of stress here in the States. Do you think that I can find someone there? Which you can find someone there. This comes from, I can't pronounce the name. I'm just going to say Rodrigo. He's from New York City, and he's 33 years old, and he's coming here to find a lady. So yes, you can actually come and find a lady, no worries, and you're planning on bringing her back to New York. Yes. You have to file the papers, but I understand this is a prelim. You're coming to go through the process, meeting the family for the pictures and everything else for your USCIS. Yes, you'll be fine here, and yes, you can find a lady, no worries about that. But it's going to take longer. You're going to need to at least be here a year or so. You're not going to just pick a lady off the street. And even if you say 6 months, you maybe not find someone that's up to your standards or to her standards. So a year or 2 years here, in and out of here, maybe you can find someone. You can't just come here and say, okay, I'm going to find someone and then fly back, But yeah, you can find someone. And I think you'll find yourself, no worries about that. No worries about that. Okay, this last one comes from a gentleman. He lives in Phoenix, Arizona. His name is Paulie, and he said, I'm retiring. I'll be 60. He's 59. He says, I'll be 60 when I retire. And what I want is coming to the Philippines. And my question to you is this, Tom. You seem to have a pulse on what is going on in the Philippines. I want to know if I can live comfortably on about $2,000 a month, and if I wanted to live in Mindinao, parts of Mindinao, like Davao. And yes, you'll be fine there. Davo's a great place to live. In fact, it's rated one of the safest cities in the Philippines. Was rated #1. Although they have their problems there too. Don't think that it's perfect. You can walk down the street or alley. Sometimes you can't. And if people are drinking, you don't want to go down that road. So the best thing to do, yes, you're safe here, and yes, you can retire here, and that's great that you're finding an amount of money. Because a lot of people, remember, here have been here for a long time. We're living on 1,000 or less because that's all their Social Security is. Some of the guys have been here 20 plus years. Back military, that's what they're getting. And some of them are living on that. My buddy Alton here, he passed 2 years ago. His income was very little. It's under $1,000 a month. He was getting under $1,000 there, and then he was getting $200 from the VA. So he was getting very little money, but he had savings that he had saved and made some good investments in the past in the States. He had a house there, and he took that money, invested in the States on land, and bought land throughout the States. And as you know, buying land, it tripled, quadrupled, and he ended up having a good, nice nest egg that he could fall back on. If he needed $100,000, he could easily fall back on $100,000 because the property increased and doubled and tripled, quadrupled in 15, 20 years. Now, he was here 38 years, almost 39 years, so he had a long time of being here, and he had a good life here. And I learned a lot from him. I learned a lot on, he actually taught me a lot. I learned a lot on where to live, where to go, where's the best places to live, what is safe and where's not to safe, the proper, really the the way that how to deal with the culture and how to interact with the culture and things like that. So he was a good influence on me for that, which helped calm me down considerably because I am a type A personality and I have no patience. And if I'm standing on a line for an hour and the line's not moving in an hour, I'm getting upset. And he taught me that you can't get upset. You got to relax and let it go on 2 hours or 3 hours and not quarrel about it. If you need to, go sit down and tell the Filipino you can go sit down because your legs are hurting, and they'll hold the space for you. He said, don't get frantic and don't get mouthy. Where a lot of guys do. But I want to talk about this. Yes, guys, you can, and you can live comfortably and live well here. And I want to do this video for the guys. You've been asking for this video now for a few weeks, and here it is. And yes, and thank you so much for always watching my videos. And I'll see you next time on Tom and Ruth Philippine Adventures.